You know it's true when the title of the video is literally what I'm about to say. Fake MAGA, these MAGA Christians, these wannabe, you know, witnesses of God, and these fake predator catchers that say that they're the hero of the internet, right? They didn't do what a cosplayer did. Now, if you're living under a rock and you don't know what happened, well, let me give you a story of what happened. See, a Yuji Itadori cosplayer was at a convention, right? Enjoying his time, having fun, right? But then he sees a child molester. he sees a child molester, a adjudicated rapist, you know, and he sees him, but he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get my hands dirty. And that is exactly why I have respect for that cosplayer. Because these fake MAGA and these fake ass pedo catchers couldn't even do what fucking a Yuji Itadori cosplayer did. Because they didn't want to get their hands dirty. They rather sit behind a computer and act like they're tough when they really not. What did Mark chapter 9 verse 42 says? Let me give you the original version. For whomsoever defiles these little ones who believe in me to sin, it will be better for them if a great millstone were hung about their necks and was casted into the sea. Now, if you don't know the context of that, let me give it to you. For whosoever rapes my children, because mind you, we're all children in God's eyes. We're all created equal in the image of God. We are literally God's children. For whosoever rapes my children, it would be better for him if a guillotine slices his neck and his body was detached from his head and was thrown into the sea. Jesus literally said, I hate pedophiles. He literally just said it in a scripture, and he literally told it to his disciples. He basically said, hey, listen, I hate pedophiles. If I see one, just know their necks don't deserve a head. They don't deserve a body to be attached to. Their heads need to be chopped. It's the truth. Part of this country was triggered because of a black man in the White House. So they went back to what they knew. The adjudicated rapist in the White House, who's now trying to gerrymander some states because, whiteness is better than blackness, right? So, MAGA, you're Christian, right? You're Christian. Okay, good. Did God create Christianity? Did God create Buddhism? Did God create, did God create Judaism? Did God create, all these type things? Luciferian? Buddhism? Judaism? No, because nowhere in the Bible does it say for you to be this type of religion. Nowhere. Nowhere does it say in the Bible for you to be Christian. It is mind you, Christianity is a relationship, not a religion. It is a relationship with God. It is relationship with his son, Jesus Christ, not a religion. And whoever thought that Christianity is a religion, I'm going to be 100% real with you, and I'm going to be honest, and forgive me for saying this, but, sorry, not sorry, because, I'm built like that. I'm pro-life. You're mentally retarded, and you should be put in an insane asylum. if you think Christianity is religion. Where does it say in the Bible that Jesus said that, oh, Christianity is a religion? Where does it say that? I want to know, MAGA. Where does it say that? And to you fake predator catchers out there, why haven't you done what a Yuji Itadori cosplayer did? Oh, I know why. Because you don't want to get your hands dirty. Because you don't want to sit there. No, you don't want to be like Yuji Itadori. You don't want to, throw hands with the pedophile. You just want to do research. You just want to act like Dexter in Dexter's laboratory, right? Instead of an actual human being that actually gives a fuck about other people rather than themselves, right? That's why we're here. That's why we're here as a country. Too many of these, mind you, a Yuji Itadori cosplayer literally shut the mouths of 80% of predator catchers. So when they see that a predator catcher is doing the right, no, when they see that a predator poacher, aka the Yuji Itadori cosplayer, doing the right thing, they get mad. They're like, "Oh my god, why is he doing this? No, no." And they call the cops on him. And guess what happened to the Yuji Itadori cosplayer? He gets arrested. 2 charges: assault and public nuisance. But guess what else? The pedophile walks free. But guess what? Guess what he receives in return? Fucking compensation. Compensation. So let me get this straight. What's good is considered evil, and what's evil is considered good. So basically, if a pedophile rapes children, that's okay. But if a predator poacher beats the ever living shit out of the pedophile and gives belt to ass to that pedophile, oh, that's a bad thing. Oh, he should be arrested. Oh, that's such a bad idea. He's a son of a bitch. Right? Because you're not willing to get your hands dirty. That's part of the reason why we're here as a country. 80% of these fake predator catchers doesn't want to get their hands dirty. And 50% of the times I see on Twitter, it's mostly black people beating the shit out of fucking pedophiles. And they're doing a damn good job. You want to know why? Because they actually give belt to ass. But unlike these fake predator catchers, aka Kitty Paquita and Sped Noodles, they just want to sit behind a computer and yap, 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 instead of actually doing something. Because why? Because they don't want to get their hands dirty. They rather keep themselves safe instead of actually doing something. See, me, if I was a president of the United States, my first executive order would be that in order to lower the cases of rape, death to all pedophiles. Do not care which one. Either category 1, category 2, category 3, category 4, whether national or global. They all deserve the guillotine. No legal processing, no fucking verdicts of guilty and innocent. No. Death to all pedophiles. Death to all of them. I do not give 2 shits who they are. Okay? That's my first executive order. Second executive order. Want to remove the causes of gun violence in schools? Remove the Second Amendment. Simple. Not that hard. Remove it. Don't let anybody have a gun. Look what happened in England. You know what they have that we don't have? Wait for it, because it might trigger you. Universal health care. Oh my God! They have universal health care. That Prime Minister of England must be really retarded if he thinks he can have universal health care. No, you're mentally retarded because you think that we have that when we really don't even have shit. And God forgive me for cursing, but it has to be said. America does not have universal health care. England does. Why? Because they actually care about the people. And you know what England does? They allow vigilantes to beat the ever living shit out of pedophiles. What do our president teach us? Oh, don't go after the pedophiles. Just, expose them through real research. Ooh. Basically meaning, don't get your hands dirty or else we will arrest you. While we're here. And you know, the book of Matthew, 24, verse 6, guess what's happening? Guess what's more important to the president now? The world we're wrong. What did Matthew 24, verse 6 say? Oh, that there shall be wars and rumors of war? Who said that? And I can pretty tell this is what MAGA would think. Oh, who said that? Oh, let me tell you. The very same guy that you crucified on the cross through your silence. Jesus. And it's the same guy that literally said that he will show signs and wonders from the heavens above and on the earth beneath. The sun shall be turned to darkness. I wonder what happened on April 1st, not April 1st. What happened on August 21st of 2017? Acts 2:20, read it. The sun shall be turned into darkness. What is it? What does that mean? The sun shall be turned into darkness. Does a solar eclipse ring a bell? The sun shall be turned into darkness. Repeat that 100 times. The sun shall be turned into darkness. The sun shall be turned, and then after that, a little light bulb shall appear on your head and be like, oh, I know what it means. It means a solar eclipse. What about the blood moons? And the moon shall be blood. The sun shall be turned into darkness as the moon, the blood, before the great and notable day of the Lord comes. So what happened on August 21st of 2017? Solar eclipse. The sun shall be turned into darkness. 4 months and 7 years later. Every 4 months and 7 years later, what happens after? You guessed it. Lunar eclipse. Before the day of the Lord comes. The sun shall be turned into darkness as the moon, the blood. The sun shall be a solar eclipse. There shall be a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse before my coming. Basically, that's what Jesus said. I will show signs of the heavens and of the earth beneath. There will be a solar eclipse and there will be a lunar eclipse before my coming. That's literally what Jesus said. He was speaking in parables because, people wouldn't understand it. But, it is what it is, right? Because, you don't want to hear it because, you're a Christian. You're pro-life, right? So if you're pro-life, is raping women okay? Is having 3 failed marriages is okay? Is, abortion the unforgiving sin? No. Really? No? Oh, so you mean to tell me that abortion is not the unforgiving sin? Where does it say in the Bible that abortion is the unforgiving sin? Nowhere, right? So you mean to tell me, right, that that the total solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse is real? Yes, it is. So, again, Mark chapter 9, verse 42. And exactly, a Yuji Itadori cosplayer shut the mouths of 80% of these fake predator catchers. Because he was the one that literally got his hands dirty and said, you know what? I'm going to beat a pedophile's ass and I don't care if I get arrested because I'm doing the right thing. That right there is a predator poacher. No fucking research. No fucking, actually. No. Just straight up hands. And Kitty Paquita and Sped Noodles are too scared to even do that shit. Because why? Because, science. Research is important. Now, at this point in age, no. Throwing hands is a lot better than actually doing research because, you could actually get somewhere. It's that simple. It's not that fucking hard. Want to remove the cases of rape? Death to all pedophiles. Death to all of them. All they need is a bullet to the head. What? 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 It's literally not that hard. Brother, it is not that hard to shoot a pedophile right in the fucking face and call it a day. It is not that hard to lower the cases of rape by just shooting a pedophile down. Want to lower the cases of gun violence? Remove the Second Amendment. Oh, you want to know what's even crazier? The racist podcaster Charlie Kirk literally said that dead Americans was worth the cost of the Second Amendment. And mind you, he's Christian. So if he's Christian and if he's pro-life, so if Charlie Kirk was Christian and if he's pro-life, why is he saying that dead Americans are worth the cost of the Second Amendment? Because he's not. He's a modern day Pharisee. And a Pharisee is someone who lies and someone who says that they know about God when they really don't. You MAGA and you fake predator catchers that say that y'all been doing this for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you don't follow God, you play God. You have a lot in common with Satan more than you have in common with God. Both of you follow God, but neither one of you follow him. No, both of you play God. Neither one of you follow him. It's the truth. And if you don't like it, you could go find the Mayflower and ship your ass right back to England, because that's where you belong. Because mind you, in England, guess what they have that we don't have? Wait a minute, this might trigger you. Gun reform. Guess what they have that America doesn't have? Wait a minute, this might also trigger you. Universal health care. Oh my God, he said it. Oh no, we need to go after the Prime Minister of England. We need to go after him. Because that's what you want, right? You want rape to be allowed in every single country, right? So let me get this straight, MAGA. Part of this country, half of this country, was triggered because y'all saw a black man with a tan suit in a White House. So y'all said, you know what? I'm voting for the white man. Because why? Y'all saw in the crossroads that he was a tax frauder, he was an adjudicated rapist, he raped Jean Carroll, he made Epstein Island, he caused an insurrection, and you're okay with it. Oh, and Kitty Paquita and Sped Noodles. You know, you say that, that you did help Renee Good, that you did protest. Where were you that day when they got shot? Where were you? And that's what that's what God is gonna ask us all day. Where were you when Alex Preddy and Renee Good were alive? Where were you before they got shot? Oh, you could go right. You could go right with the goats, you know, because you don't care about anyone. You just care about yourself. The greatest commandment of all is to trust the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all. Like me personally, I trust the Lord with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, with all my body, with all my spirit, and with all my strength. 6 things out of the 3. Because why? Because what Jesus stood for is exactly what that Yuji Itadori cosplayer literally showed. Compassion, empathy, kindness, and forgiveness. Why? Because he was willing to save one child from getting raped by that one guy in that convention. He did what no other predator catcher could do. Beat that ass. Schlep. Ephesians 5:11. Have nothing with the works of iniquity. Have nothing with the research of evil, but rather expose them. Basically meaning it's better for you to kick some ass than it is for you to do some research. Guess what Schlep did? He exposed the atrocities of Roblox, and he went to a convention with the owner of Roblox and brought Chris Hansen with him. That's a predator poacher. Paul Lance exposing the atrocities of Donald J. Trump. Not only applying Ephesians 5:11 in his life, but also Psalms 1, chapter 1. Blessed be the man that walketh not into the path of the ungodly, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor seats themselves in the midst of the scornful. Paul Lance, exposing the atrocities of Roblox. Schlepp, exposing the atrocities of Roblox. You know? Paul, exposing the atrocities of Trump. Schlepp, exposing the atrocities of Roblox. Me, exposing the atrocities of the entire fucking planet. That is what Ephesians 5:11 says. Have nothing with the works of iniquity, but rather expose them. Where does it say for you to be Christian? Where does it say for you to be a Buddha? Where does it say in the Quran, in the Torah, and in the Bible? Does it say that you are to be Muslim, that you are to be Christian, that you are to be this and that? Where does it say that? I want to know. I want to know. Where does it say it? Where does it say for you to be a Muslim? Nowhere. Because it was never mentioned. Jesus never said about being Christian. Muhammad never even said about being Christian. Vishnu never even said. No. Jesus never said for y'all to be Christian. Y'all just chose that to make it as a religion, not as a relationship. Muhammad never said for y'all to be Muslim. Y'all just chose that to make it as a, religion, not a relationship. Vishnu never told y'all to be Muslim. I mean, not Muslim. Vishnu never told y'all to be Buddhists. Y'all chose to be Buddhists through religion, not relation. Moloch even said that y'all should not be Molochis. Molochis, yeah, Molochis, meaning like Japanese, Havanese, like imagine if someone says, don't be Japanese, because that's a religion. Japanese is a relationship, not a religion. Japanese is a language, but it's also a relation, not a religion. Guess what man decided to do? Man decided to say that Vishnu allowed us to be Buddhists. No, he didn't. Vishnu never said for y'all to be Buddhists. Because if it was, if Vishnu said that y'all could be Buddhists, then okay. But still, Buddhism is a relationship, not religion. Man said, let's make a relationship a religion. And look at where we are now. Nowhere in the Bible does it say for you to be Catholic. Nowhere in the Bible does it say for you to be Muslim. No. Nowhere in the Bible does it say for you to be a Christian. Nowhere in the Torah or in the Quran does it say for you to be Muslim. Nowhere in the Buddhist accords says that y'all are to be Vishnuists or Buddhism. Vishnu, the god of enlightenment, literally said, hey, don't be Buddhists. Just have a relation, It didn't say for y'all to be Buddhists. Y'all just chose that and transfer it into a religion. Buddhism is a relationship. Same with Judaism. Same with Christianity. But the thing is, y'all chose it to be religion. Man-made, not godly made. And that's why we're here. Now, we're going to go back to the topic of fake MAGA and fake predator catchers because, they want the attention, so I'm going to give it to them. First, they came for the Africans, but I'm not an African, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the pregnant woman that was dragged by the snow, but I'm not a pregnant woman getting dragged by the snow, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for Alex Preddy, but my name isn't Alex Preddy, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for, Renee Good. But my name isn't Renee Good, so I didn't say anything. And then they came for Joshua. Want to know the reason why they came for Joshua? Because not only was he called the son of none in the Bible, but he was also the reminder of Jesus' salvation. And guess what happened to me? I was stoned to death because there was no one left to help me. Yeah. So y'all want to talk about, oh, I've been doing predator catching for 20, 40, 30, 60 years. Okay. Let's roll with that. Where were you when Alex Preddy was alive? Did you spread awareness about his death on your page? Since you say you're a predator catcher, right? Did you spread awareness about his death? No, because I didn't see none of it, right? I don't see none of it. I never seen anything related to Alex Preddy. Where were you when Renee Good was alive? Did you spread awareness about her in your pages? No, because you choose to ignore it. Same thing with Breonna Taylor, a black woman. Oh. Forgive me, guys. A black woman. And all you said was, that's just not my problem. What's my problem is me exposing pedophiles. Okay. So those three were not your problem, but child molesters is more important, right? That shows me who you voted for. I voted for Kamala Harris because why? Because I voted for universal health care. I voted for John McCain because of decency and morality. It's not about differences of opinion. It's about morality and decency. And these predator catchers and these fake MAGA Christians, they rather choose to change the relationship of Christianity and turn it into a religion than rather keep the relationship and follow God. You're not Christians. You're modern day Pharisees. And the Bible itself is literally corrupting people. Well, it's not corrupting people, but I'm pretty sure that man is trying to make the Bible corruptible. To make it seem where Satan is the good guy and Jesus was the serpent. That's where I feel like where this is going. Like, I feel like this is going to be where the Antichrist comes out and he's going to shape the religion that, yes, no, he's going to shape the relationship and turn the roles around to where don't be loyal to Jesus. Be loyal to Satan because Jesus was the serpent, was the bad guy. Satan was just the good guy. Satan was there. He was trying to protect y'all. That's what's going to happen. And I'm pretty sure the same people that voted for Donald J. Trump through their silence, these fake predator catchers and Kitty Paquita and, Sped Noodles that voted for Trump through their silence is not because they couldn't. It's not because they didn't want to. It's their silence. The same people that voted for Trump through their silence is going to be the same people that voted for the Antichrist. And it's going to be wild. Because I'm not going to be here when that day comes. I'm going to be spending my eternity with the Lord Jesus Christ, in whom I placed my faith, not my actions, my faith in. Because we all know Jesus wins during the Battle of Armageddon. Jesus wins. So, what you gonna do, predator catchers? Are you gonna actually get your hands dirty? Or are you gonna be like Dexter's Laboratory and stay behind a computer and yap while more victims are getting hurt? Want to lower the cases of rape? Bring back public executions. That's what I would have done if I was president of the United States. I would have brought back more public executions, like the guillotine, hanging, and so and so. Want to lower the cases of gun violence? Gun reform. Immediate gun reform. No midterms, no nothing. No hesitation, no nothing. Gun reform. Don't like it? Ship your ass back to England, because that's where you belong. Because mind you, this has never been a great Christian nation. If America was a great Christian nation, 340 million Americans including me, including my mom, including all of my family, and including you, fake predator catchers, including you, Kitty Paquita, and including you, Spend Noodles, would have been bowing in front of Jesus Christ right about now. Because y'all decided to crucify him in the name of God, and y'all chose Barabbas. Through what? Through your silence. Silence is golden, duct tape is silver, blood is crimson. Don't make me get the rest. So, I'm going to leave you with this, and I'm going to revise it for 2026, 27, 28. First, they came for the VTubers, but I'm not a VTuber, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the Africans, but I'm not an African, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the YouTubers, but I'm not a YouTuber, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the Asians, but I'm not an Asian, so I didn't say anything. And then they came for Josh, a literal reminder of Jesus' salvation. And I was stoned to death. Now, I'm going to give y'all the reprised version. First, they came for Judaism. But Judaism was a relationship, so they turned it into religion. Then they came for the Buddhists. But Buddhism was a relationship, so man turned it into a religion. Then they came for Jehovah's Witness. But even that turned into religion by man. And then they came for Christianity and saw that relationship with God was harmful to society, so they turned that into religion as well. And then there was no religion, and then there was no relationship left. That's what happens, y'all. When you turn something that is a relationship into religion, that is man-made. That is man-made. That is man-made. Man decided that the relationship with Vishnu was harmful to society, so they turned Buddhism from relationship to religion. Christians, these fake Pharisees, decided that Christianity, the relationship with Christ, was harmful to society, so they changed it to religion to ease their own problems. And that's why we are here. We are turning things from godly made to man made. So, what y'all gonna do, predator catchers? Are y'all willing to get your hands dirty? Or are you just gonna sit by and yap behind a computer? Because me personally, I would literally get my hands dirty. I don't care if I get arrested for doing the right thing. Because mind you, that's a law in Singapore now. That if you are out doing the right thing, you get arrested. I'm not shitting you, I'm not baiting you, I'm not clickbaiting you, I'm not April Foolsing you. No, it's the truth. It's the truth. Once you are out doing the right thing in Singapore, you get arrested. But in America, if you are a convicted felon and adjudicated rapist, you walk free. But the person that's doing the right thing, they get arrested. So with that being said, me personally, I would choose the option to, basically remove people from society by guillotine. No legal process, no jail time, no prison time, no proven until innocent, no proven until guilty bullshit. No. Straight to the guillotine. It is that simple. Want to know the cases of gun violence? Immediate gun reform. No guns allowed, whether licensed or unlicensed. Plain and simple. But people would not listen to what I say because, it's the truth. And they don't want to hear the truth. Gun reform is the easiest way to come out of gun violence. And the guillotine is the easiest way for rape and child molesting to be lowered down to child's play, meaning that the crimes of rape and child molesting will no longer be existent as long as the guillotine comes back. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say this once, and I'm gonna say it one final time. Death to all pedophiles. Don't like it? Then I'm gonna say this. Have the day you voted for. And to you MAGA and to you fake predator catchers that think that, oh, you actually catch predators. No, you haven't. You let them escape. You know? You just call the cops and be like, oh no no no. No. I'd rather beat that ass. I rather give belt to ass to these pedophiles. But you voted for the adjudicated rapist through your silence. It's not that you're not eligible to. It's not that you couldn't. Your silence made him win the vote. Have the day you voted for.